Jesus. Oh no, that's just an empty box. Where are we? I want to see it. I want to wrap this well. So hello and welcome to historic episode number 10. That's over 10 hours of exciting content for free. And I'm not saying that because you've enjoyed 10 hours of us speaking for free, you should pay us or, you are a thief. But you are a thief if you've enjoyed 10 hours of our rambling and you've not paid us yet.
So, first of all, last week wasn't historic. The episode before was historic. This week is historic, and you want people to pay you.
People should pay us. People should pay us for all of our effort. Got a new wire strip, and it doesn't seem to be working very. Oh no, it is working. Okay, right. It's you've not got to pay us yet. There's still time. So this week is a long week, and I'm going to sneak in a first bit of news, one that we haven't written down to talk about, and that's Zelda, the new Zelda, the new Zelda.
Let me guess. It's fucking awesome.
You see, the issue I've got with it, I've got two issues with it, and I've got lots of issues. The problem I have with the new Zelda is that it has so far been universally loved. So everyone has said it's a spectacular game and it's really good and they've done nothing wrong, and that immediately makes me suspicious.
Oh no, that's terrible. What a horrible thing for a game to be great. Oh no.
I know. I'm just sort of sat here thinking, what is wrong? Have Nintendo paid for this? Have Nintendo just made a really good... But there's absolutely zero criticism. Like, every game has criticism. Everyone will say, yeah, it's good, except... And that you come to sort of expect that of games. They are great, but there are things that they could do better. Like, the UI is not very good, or there's no in-game tutorials, or... Just something, And there's been nothing bad said against the new Zelda game. And
well, okay, I've not played it. I've not read any reviews on it. But from the previews, I can give you something that is annoying about the game.
What's that?
Some things have voiceover in the game, and a lot of the NPCs don't.
Oh,
so it's not fully voiced. So that annoys me.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be fully voiced. Now, I'm sure there's Zelda purists out there who are like, no, we can't have any kind of voice.
No,
but
and Link doesn't speak, so that's...
I don't care about Link speaking,
no.
That's fine, but I'd like to have other people in the world speak to me, because I just get fed up of reading.
Yeah, but there's nothing, no one yet has said, oh yeah, I don't like this about it, and that sort of makes me think, is it really that good, or is it sort of a case of it's a new Nintendo console and everyone's excited because it's a new console and it's a new launch game. I think launch games tend to be reviewed pretty well, even if they aren't particularly good. I don't know how accurate that is, but I always seem to find that launch games, even terrible launch games, tend to be fairly well received just because it's a new thing.
Yes and no. I mean, I think they get cut a little bit of slack because it's a new system.
Yeah, and that in itself makes me suspicious of the game. The other thing is that the game's not even out yet, and already on Metacritic, it's in the top 5 games of all time.
Well, that's all just based on reviews.
Yeah, but it's they still take into account like user reviews, I think, but obviously there's no user reviews yet.
There yet, so.
No, there's no user reviews yet because it's not been released. But I think it's number 4. And again, I'm just like, this cannot be this good. So yeah, I'm entirely suspicious. Same with the Switch. Everyone's saying, yeah, it's amazing, it's the best thing I've ever had. Everyone should go out and buy one. I'm like, no, I don't trust you. I don't trust this.
Well, that's not the reviews I've seen. It's been it's good and bad.
There's the ones that are sort of connected to the Zelda reviews, they tend to be like highly positive, but there was one I read that said, yeah, the screen's not great when it's bright and even when it's dark, and there's not much of a viewing angle on it, so you've got to be facing directly forwards and all these sorts of things. So the only one thing I have read that has been kind of more negative than positive is the review for 1-2 Switch. Everyone was saying that it should have been a packing title because it's fun for the first sort of 5 minutes, and then after that it's kind of just like, no.
There's only 8 games on it as well, so
I think there's more than 8 games. I think there's about 21 games.
Anyway,
according to the review I was reading.
It's not a game that I'd want to pay 40 quid for.
It's definitely not a 40 quid game. But then I don't think it's... Oh, is it 40 quid? I thought it was coming out at $29.99.
Well, it might be 20. It might be that, but last time I saw it was 40 quid. But yeah. It's not worth it.
Well, the games were all sort of 60 quid, and then they've come down to like $49.99.
A tenner at best.
Yeah, I definitely think it's kind of like a 20 quid game. But they were saying things like Wii Sports... it was Wii Sports that came out on the Wii, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that was quite good fun. You could do, you could get new techniques, and it sort of rewarded you for playing every day. And
I guess this game doesn't then.
No, it doesn't. It's just a flat-out minigame collection. And they said once you've played them once or twice, there's really very little point in going back to it.
Oh. Well,
so
you know what you want to do then. You want to go out tomorrow and buy yourself a Switch and Zelda, and then find out.
Yeah, it was. I'm sort of on the way to work. I was like, why did I cancel it? It looks amazing, but now I'm sort of like, I'm still glad I did, just because I don't want to buy it, play Zelda to death, then realise that I've got nothing to play for 6 months and not really do anything. So,
well, tomorrow I'm going to a friend's house, and they are getting the launch day bundle, so I'll be getting some hands-on time with it. So I'll let you know next week what I think of it. Yeah,
I really look forward to hearing what you've got to say about it, to be honest. But I think it's still going to be one of those. It's really good, but wait for something to come out. To be fair, it's the same philosophy I have with the Wii U, and I've still not got one. So what does that tell you about the Wii U?
Well, I like I keep saying every week, I will get one. It'll be probably near Christmas time when I do get one.
Yeah, they'll have some nice bundles at Christmas. Hopefully they'll have some nice bundles.
And I'll have a few games playing in there. We'll have Zelda, Mario Kart, and maybe Splatoon 2.
Yeah, I think when I get it, it will definitely be Zelda, Mario. I'm not even sure about Mario Kart. But then hopefully, I don't know when the Dragon Quest's out, but then I think the Dragon Quest's out on the PS4, and I'd probably rather get it on the PS4. So it's definitely Zelda and Mario, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, definitely.
But we should get on, because we still have loads to talk about.
Oh, so much has happened this week. It's been crazy.
Just in the last couple of days as well. It's been incredible. So, Nvidia, this is one that I'm not going to be able to really talk about that much. New GTX 1080 Ti with a base clock of 1480 megahertz. I don't even know what that means. I guess that's like
fast. It means fast.
It means fast, yeah. 11 gig of memory. That's a lot of memory. 6 and 8 pin connectors. Not sure why that's sort of relevant, because they all need to be powered up.
Well, it just is two. It requires a 6 pin and an 8 pin.
I can't get excited about stuff like this. I feel...
Oh my god, I'm ridiculously excited.
I'm glad we have that. We have someone who cares, because I mean, PC games, as long as PC games look okay and work, that's as much effort as I want to put in.
I'm all about the best I can get for the price I can afford, and push as many pixels and frames, all the frames I can. I am all about that.
For like high-end graphics rendering, or I can't even think of another use for it. Maybe like VR development. I imagine that these things are really important, but I have a 9. I think I have like a 950 in my PC that cost about £120 because it was one of the Amazon warehouse things, and it's great. It plays everything at sort of 40 to 50 frames per second. at near enough max settings. It will play in high. It might not play in ultra, but it'll play in high. And that's fine. I got no problems with that.
Well, I'm running a 980, and I absolutely love the 980. It's doing me proud. But I've been looking at the 1080s recently. I was telling you about it. I think I even said it on the podcast the other week. I was contemplating buying one, and then it was announced that they were going to announce the 1080 this week, and I was like, ooh. So I'm gonna wait off and see what happens. So they announced it, like you said, it's got really fast clock. It's interesting that they've gone for 11 gig because I don't know if you know much about the Titan Pascal. Most people call it the XP.
Practically nothing.
Well, it's a $1,200 card, which is like basically £1,200. And it's got 12 gigs of RAM, and the actual specs are slightly less than the 1080. But this came out, God, I don't know, about 12 months ago. It was quite a while ago that it was released. But that was the card that was doing 4K 60. Could really get these games running in the highest possible settings. But it's just a shit ton of money.
So, that is a lot of money.
And what's always happened with the TI versions, it's like it was the same in the 980. That was for price and spec. It was basically better than the original Titan card, which was also a powerhouse. So we're all everyone was waiting for this TI to be announced. Finally does. Got some great specs. It's basically the same as the XP, just it's got 1 gig of memory less than the Titan, but they've overclocked this memory, so it's running really, really fast. And then the base clocks are slightly higher than the XP, so it's actually a better card for half the price, which is $699, and then I found out today it's actually £699.
Yeah, I mean that's typical sort of US UK exchange rate. We tend to get shafted fairly frequently,
because basically that actually works out to be £565. So it's like another basically 140 quid extra.
But then by the time you've put sort of like tax on top of the
that's
US.
true. The US ones don't have tax when they announce things.
Yeah, ours, the UK has sort of value-added tax, so we pay 20% extra tax, and we don't have to do like tax returns and things.
No.
It's just the government's taking it out of our hands because they don't think we can be trusted, and to be fair, we probably couldn't.
But, I was very excited to hear this news, and the fact that it's coming like this cheap as well. I know 700 quid is not cheap, but compared to what we were thinking, it was going to be like £900 to £1,000, it's coming to a really good price point. And also they've announced that the 1080 and 1070s will be having a price cut. And today, like overclockers, they've been putting out emails saying that that it's dropped down like over £100. Some of them have dropped like 140 quid. So if you've been holding off to buy a normal 1080, then now is definitely the time to buy it.
Yeah, and I think on a sort of semi-related note, the AMD Ryzen stuff, they have sort of forced Intel's hand to drop the price of the i5s and the i7s. So now has never really been a better time to like get into PC gaming, because you can get these really high-end cards for a lot less than you. But then it's, do you really want to chase the biggest, the fastest?
Yes.
Because the issue is, if you really want to chase the biggest, the fastest, the best PC gaming experience, the PC that you have in mind to buy is already out of date.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is, the best way to buy a PC or spec up a PC that you want to buy is you get yourself the money that you want to spend, and then go to a place like pcpartpicker.co.uk.
Stop plugging, they're not paying us.
Well, it's helpful. I was so glad when I found this website. And just put in all the details that you want, and then just spec it around the price that you want to pay. Because that site tends to find the cheapest options. I mean, it's always worth going off and trying to find them yourself, but it gives you a good idea of where the cheapest are and what you can build for your money, and then you'll get the best machine for the price at that time.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty sure I used that website, to be honest, when I built my last one, and it was fairly handy. They have some.
It also shows everything that works together as well. That's the great thing.
Yeah, they had some like kind of rudimentary benchmarking thing as well. It's not. It can't be 100%, but they said, with this sort of spec, you are looking at getting this kind of performance.
Yeah.
So that was. I did really, I use that website quite a lot. So,
it's really good.
I think a free plug. If anyone's listening who works for them, you owe us as well.
Everybody give us money.
Everybody, we are entitled. We are most entitled to everything. So I mean, I genuinely cannot add any more to this. It's just been you talking about graphics cards, and I'm just nodding and smiling.
It's basically me just going, oh god, yes. The thing is, now I sold all my Amiga stuff. I've sold my old Xbox stuff. I just sold an old PC. I'm in the middle of selling a Dreamcast. So basically, all this money I'm making is probably just going to go into this graphics card.
You need
I'm going to buy the TI.
Pay a deposit, you lazy bum.
Nah, get the graphics card, then look at that.
So I guess I'm definitely skirting this as fast as possible. So the next thing, the big thing that I read today, and that I think is I can't decide if it's a good idea now or not. Microsoft rental service called Xbox Game Pass. This sort of snuck out today as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a monthly paid-for service. It doesn't replace Xbox Live. The only thing you can kind of compare it to is PS Now, but the difference between PlayStation Now and this Game Pass is that PlayStation Now only has sort of PS3 games. It was the only way to make the PS4 backwards compatible, really. So Xbox Game Pass has Xbox One and 360 games. They should put the original Xbox. If there was original Xbox games on there, I would cry myself to sleep every day and buy them. But you download them, you don't stream them, so you get the download, you get the full quality, the full version.
It's exactly the same as the EA service. Is what you have to do on that. And the EA service is a lot cheaper, but then again, they're only doing EA games.
Yeah, and I thought about this, and I was like, this is spectacular. All those games that I wanted to play on the Xbox, but I never have, I can finally sort of get to play. But that's kind of depending that everyone, like every game is on it, and I don't think every game is going to be on it. And
there's 100 games from the start,
and then they're just going to keep adding more, I expect. But the thing that kind of worries me is that the games that I want to play on the Xbox are the Xbox exclusive games, and the Xbox exclusive games I will buy just because I can't play them on the PS4, and every other cross-platform game I will buy on the PS4. Mm-hmm. The only reason I might get this like Xbox Game Pass is because I know, like for me, PS4 is my console of choice. I know people whose console of choice is the Xbox One. So if they have a game that I don't have and they want to play and is on this Xbox Game Pass, I don't mind paying £8 to play with them for a month, because after a month I'm bored of the game and they're bored of the game and we don't play it anymore. So I can like pay £8, play for a month, not buy it for a couple of months, because you don't get anything. Well, they've not announced kind of anything about it, but there are no perks to constantly subscribing. You don't, like with Xbox Live and the PS4 Plus, you don't get games, you don't get free games every month that you can only play while you're subscribing. You just have a list of games you can play for that month. I assume that if you've downloaded the game and the month lapses, you can't play the game anymore.
Yes, that's exactly what would happen.
So you can't pay £8, download all 100 games, and then stop playing and have them all for free forever. So, I mean, in that sort of respect, I think it is probably going to be quite handy for games that I don't particularly want to play or will only play in multiplayer with my friends.
It's basically just Netflix for games. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I think it could work quite well.
I mean, they've got some. I highlighted a couple of games that was mentioned in the Eurogamer article. It's like there's Halo 5, there's Mad Max, there's Gears of War Ultimate, Fable 3 from the 360, Tekken Tag 2. You know, so interesting games there. Publisher-wise, you've 2K, 505 Games, Bandai Namco, Capcom, Codemasters, Deep Silver, Focus Home Interactive, Sega, SNK, THQ Nordic, and Warner Brothers have all signed up to this. And I'm sure there'll be more later on.
Who are Focus Home? What have they done?
I can't think at the moment.
No, I can't. So I guess I've been really struggling to think of games. So 2K, that's going to be Borderlands.
Yeah, I imagine so, yeah.
505, I can't think. There's a lot of 360 games. I think 505 is sort of synonymous with a lot of shovelware, so I don't know. Bandai Namco, oh Christ. So Dead or Alive, are they Bandai Namco?
No, they're
Tecmo.
Tecmo, that's it. Yeah, that's who they are.
Get Namco and Tecmo mixed up. Capcom, so Street Fighter, Resident Evil. Codemasters, so Dirt and lots of driving games that are terrible and everyone hates them because they're awful games.
Hey now, what?
I know. I think Dirt 2 has just been given a Linux port and is spectacular for all intents and purposes. So there you go. Deep Silver.
I am interested to see what Codemasters games they have.
Yeah.
I wonder how old they would be. Cause
well, it's 360 and Xbox One. So...
Yeah, so it'd probably be Grid 2, Dirt 3. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Deep Silver. What do they do?
They do the Dead Island games now.
Oh yeah. So yeah, could get the Dead Islands. Sega, I guess we're gonna get Sonic.
Okay, Focus Interactive. They've done Styx. They've done Deathwing. Farming Simulator. They're doing Necromunda, Blood Bowl.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, quite a few Warhammer stuff. Well, these are they're just publishing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they have on there.
Yeah. So there could be some really good games. But I guess until the entire list. I mean, when's this due to come out?
I don't know. Soon.
No,
I guess.
I'm not sure. But yeah, for the I think when they announced the full list of the 100 games, that might encourage me to subscribe for that month, but we'll see. It might be. I was half tempted by PlayStation Now, but it's like £15 a month. I think £8. I think £8 is the right amount, to be honest. And you don't need Xbox Live to play it, so I think my Xbox Live lapsed,
Well, it's the same price as Netflix for the 4K streaming.
Yeah. So I think it's a reasonable price. I think it depends on the games, but
it doesn't actually say when it's starting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's probably soon.
Yeah. I mean, after that, we've got one of the weirdest business transfers that I think I've ever heard of. I'm sure there's weirder ones.
Yeah, I woke up, looked at this, and was like, "What?"
So Peter Moore is leaving EA to head up Liverpool Football Club. I assume is like the director or
a CEO
on the board of direct. Yeah, he's not going to be the trainer, is he? Let's be honest.
No.
So I guess I I don't know. Well done, Peter Moore, for a new job in football.
Well, apparently he was either born or grew up there, and it's his favourite football team. And someone was telling me that he was already on the board or something for them. So yeah, it's kind of a different move, isn't it, from a completely different industry?
I guess if you want to change, that is as changey as you can get.
I wonder if he announced it by having a Liverpool tattoo.
Oh, could you imagine?
That'd be fantastic.
It was the was it the original Xbox, or was it the?
It was GTA. It was GTA 5,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
GTA.
Oh, no, GTA 4. Sorry,
no, 4. GTA
yeah,
4. I really hope that was a real tattoo.
That'd be
I kind of imagined that it was like painted on, but I want to imagine
it was just a transfer thing, wasn't it? But that'd have been fantastic if he really got one.
Should have gone the whole hog and just had it inked on forever. So yeah, I mean I don't know anything about football. I know that Liverpool is a city in England, and they have a football team, and I guess Peter Moore likes them. That's I don't know. That's as much. That's everything I can tell you about Liverpool. Oh, and the Beatles were there, but that's not a football club.
Yeah, I was trying to think of other things, but I can't.
No, I know. It's just I guess I'm not a big sports. Games I can do, sports I can't. So
yeah, I don't follow sports unless you count wrestling as sport, but it's not.
It's drama. It's at best it's theatre.
It's pantomime.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, it's everything. That wrestling is. It's absolutely everything.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that, I think. So, I mean, we went through that fairly quick.
We did, yeah. I thought that was going to take a bit longer. But
yeah. No, well, I guess we could have padded it out maybe a little bit more, but we didn't need to. So, main topic is quite a big one, actually. So it's with lots of the tech that we've basically said today.
No, hang on. Let's read out what I actually put.
Okay, you read out what you actually put.
So I've written down for our little script that we have. It's lots of new tech this year. Are you going to take the plunge and sell your soul or body for some dollar and buy this shit?
That was yeah. I don't know how to respond to that. So what have we got out? We've got the AMD Ryzens. Am I going to buy one? Probably not. My PC's fine. On the off chance that I suddenly fall into a whole ton of money, or I am spurned into buying a new PC for whatever reason, I will definitely consider AMD as an option. But until I need to buy it, I'm not going to replace anything that I've currently got, because there's no point.
I'm really looking forward to start seeing the benchmarks for these CPUs from various YouTubers and stuff.
Yes,
because they've got their they've had all their unboxing videos and whatnot showing it off. So I'm not sure if anyone's posted any yet. I haven't had chance to have a look yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what, in the real world settings, what they're like.
I would like to see two identical PCs, one with the top-end Ryzen, one with the top-end Intel, with the same graphics card, same amount of RAM, same speed of RAM, just to see how different they are. Because I don't think it will make that much of a difference, because the CPU doesn't tend to make too much of a difference in that sort of setting. It's all kind of very GPU intensive. So, I mean, the other thing would be two Intel PCs of exactly the same spec with one Intel GPU and one of the new AMD Vegas, and see what difference it is in price and performance. And then
we've got to wait
have
for
an
the
AMD
Vega.
PC.
We've got to wait for the Vega, unfortunately. On Monday on their press conference, AMD, they didn't really say too much about what the actual card specs were or anything like that. They were talking about technologies that are going to go into it, and then at the end of the press conference they had their official name reveal for the card. So this little trailer played, which was about 10-20 seconds long or something, some nice little things going on and whatnot, and then it came up with saying Radeon RX Vega. I couldn't stop laughing at that. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. It's like it makes perfect sense to keep it being called Vega because everyone knows it as Vega. There's no need to change it, and it's a good name as well. But it just made me laugh. They had this like really fancy graphics going on, and it was just the same name.
Yeah. I mean that's on the Vega theme. When I come to replace my graphics card, because I'm pretty certain the graphics card is the weakest part of my PC, I will definitely consider a Vega.
Well, I suppose it depends on where it comes in on price point, I guess.
Price point, performance, the amount of RAM, and all these sorts of things. So, yeah, I think the Vega is I think the Vega is a much more promising prospect for me.
It could be really, really good. Really, really good.
I mean, and if I didn't have a PC, I would definitely be looking at the Ryzen. But because I have one and it's already fine, I'm not likely to go out and buy a new PC and like a new motherboard and a new processor. But I am quite likely to go out and buy a new graphics card. I guess that's the easiest thing to replace. And it makes sort of like the biggest impact in games. So.
Like we were just speaking earlier, there's the 1080 Ti, which I'm like 99% sure I'm going to get now.
You are so lame.
I really want that 4K 60, man. But the thing is, it's out on the 10th of March, and pre-orders have gone up now, but that's for the Founders Edition. So I'm going to wait off just probably about another month, see what the prices are of the third-party vendors, and get to see some benchmarks of them, and then make a decision if the money is really worth buying that over a cheaper 1080. We'll see. I'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for the Ti. It's the one I've been waiting for. It's the one I want. And I think the thing is, it's actually 35%, supposedly 35% more powerful than a 1080. So it's definitely going to get those 4K 60 what I'm after.
But then you're sort of like, you're spending almost double the amount on a card for kind of like a 30% increase in performance. Like the cost to performance increase seems ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, this would be the last time I upgrade my PC for a very long time.
Oh, I'm sure you said that the last time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The only thing I might upgrade is the RAM. I might bump it up to 32 gig.
You just be like, get a new case.
I don't need the case. My case is big enough, big and heavy enough.
It always happens. You're like, oh, I've got a new motherboard. Maybe I'll get a new case with it as well. And my PSU can't handle it, so I better buy one of those. And this takes a different kind of RAM, and I better just stick a new processor and graphics. I
definitely won't do that.
You've got 3 PCs now. Then you've suddenly just gone out and bought a new whole PC.
No, that's not going to happen. I'm running a 4930K, so it's still really good. Nice and fast.
I don't even know which processor I've got. I think it's an i3. That's how underpowered it is. But it was a lot of people saying, unless you do a lot, then you really don't need.
But the thing is, that's it for me. I've gone back to PC gaming full on now. Like I've got the consoles, and I will get a Switch eventually, but that would just be to play the exclusives. Other than that, it's everything's on my PC now.
Yeah, I mean that would. I guess that would be the dream. I think my PC certainly looks better than, well, my PC plays games better than my Xbox One would.
Yeah.
So my question then is, do I buy my Xbox exclusive games on the PC? Because they are not Xbox exclusive games. They are basically PC games that are also available to play on the Xbox. But the reason you'd get them on the Xbox is because you want a physical boxed copy and not a download copy. Because downloads, you're basically paying for the right to play something, not the actual thing you're playing. So yeah. I kind of am against digital in that kind of respect.
You see, I'm kind of going all in for digital to a point. Like only when it's cheaper. that I'll buy
But
it's
it's
on digital.
very rarely cheaper.
No, I'm just talking about when it goes on sale. So if I'm going to, like Gears of War 4, I waited off until it was 25 quid to buy the digital version, which I got for the Xbox and PC, so I can play it on both now.
Yeah, I think that would be the way I would do it. To be honest, I think I would.
I'm doing
like
the same thing with Halo 2. Halo 2. I mean Halo Wars 2. That's out now. I really want the game, but I'm going to wait for that to become cheaper because I want to play it on PC. I'm just going to wait for it to be cheaper.
I completely forgot about it. So yeah, I will probably wait for it to be cheaper on the PC. Because then I can play it on the PC and with my friends on the Xbox. So I think that's probably the way to go. I still love I think my PS4 is my gaming. If I'm going to sit down and think, right, I'll play a game for an hour, the PS4 is the way to go.
So I play certain games on the PS4, like wrestling games. I'd rather play on the console. Sport type games, I'd rather play on the console. Obviously the exclusives, but anything else other than that, I'd rather be on PC.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be one of those kind of very subjective things. But yeah, I'm definitely getting more into my PC gaming because I got Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's weird. That's fantastic.
I need to pick that up on PC. I love playing on the Xbox One.
Really good, really really good. And what else was I playing? Mad Max. Mad Max really good.
Yeah, I've loved playing through that. It looked great on my system.
So yeah, I guess it's always going to, like, the PC is definitely my second console. For me, it'll be PS4, PC, Xbox One. I think the Xbox One will probably be fine. Well, I think it'll be Xbox One and then Switch at the bottom.
Yeah, probably. Well, that'd be for me. Yeah.
But I guess yours is going to be PC, PS4, Xbox, or PC, Xbox, PS4. Which way are you going?
PC, PS4, Xbox. My Xbox is more now just for my 4K Blu-ray player now.
Yeah, it's the same way. Well, I guess it's the same reason everyone bought a PS3 because it was a Blu-ray player, and now a lot of people are going to buy a PS4 Slim, Xbox One S, or I guess it's just the Xbox One now, because it's a 4K Blu-ray.
I still play them. Like I say, last week I was playing a bit of FIFA on my Xbox and quite enjoyed playing that. I play on the Xbox from time to time. I really want to get Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS4 because I was looking at my mate playing it this afternoon, and oh my god, it looks amazing.
It's so good. But we've still got things to talk about, so we'll leave that for a minute. I guess the other big console-y thing we've got is the Scorpio, which we still know practically nothing about.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to finding out what they're doing with this. I'm sure they'll be showing off at E3.
I hope so. Although I did it's one of those how much do you believe what you read on the internet? Because people have been saying that it's not really any more powerful than the PS4 Pro. And if that's the case, then they've really missed out. People have been saying that although it is good, it still leaves a lot to be desired, and I don't know. I don't want this to be the PS4 Pro. I want the Xbox Scorpio to be more like a gaming PC, in that it's ridiculously powerful and can do things that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, but the problem is the price, and with consoles you need to have a cheap price.
But it depends who it's marketed at. If it's marketed at the PC gaming crowd, even if they said things like, "Oh, but how could you do it?" You couldn't make it modular like that. You couldn't say, "Oh yeah, here's a game. Here's this games console."
Making it modular would be a bad idea.
I guess I just don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. It wants to be this big fantastical machine that does things a console shouldn't be able to do, but is still a reasonable price. And I don't know. The only way I can sort of the only way I can sort of see them doing it is to make it like an Xbox built into a PC, so it does things a PC can do, but also plays Xbox One games, which is a PC nowadays. So I just can't justify it anymore. Now that the PS4 Pro's come out and it looks spectacular, I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's going to try and market itself, and that I think they need to really come out firmly and say this is who it's for, this is what it does. Because I think people are just kind of getting there's a bit of apathy about it now. People are just like, oh well, it's a thing that will be, but I don't really care about it.
I'm very interested to see what it is. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll bother upgrading to it, just because I've got the PC that can play the games now. I'll be definitely keeping my Xbox One S, that's for sure. But I don't know. I definitely look forward to seeing it though. Can't wait to see that.
I look forward to learning more about it, but am I going to have one? I don't know. I guess out of all of the things we've spoken about, I'm more likely to get a Vega and a Switch. Well, I'm going to get a Switch. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's basically for tech this year. 1080 Ti for me, the Nintendo Switch, and that'll probably be it tech-wise.
And the only other thing we've got is the is VR, and there's a 0% chance I'm getting VR. Not because I don't think it's good, but really just because I can't. They make me feel really nauseous. So,
well, the Oculus has just had a $100 price cut on both the system and the controllers for it, so that's quite cool. But the only thing I worry about with the Rift is because is it ZeniMax? Is that right?
ZeniMax,
yeah, ZeniMax. They're trying to stop it from being sold.
Are they?
Yeah, because the court case they had, that ruled in their favour. So they've got to, Facebook and stuff. They've got to pay them a shit ton of money, and then they're gonna. Last thing I read, they're going to try and take it further to cease the sales. Well, at least it might not stop selling, but completely. But they'll try and cease sales while they work stuff out, I guess. So it makes me a little nervous about if you want to plunk down 500 odd quid on that, and then within a year after this court, or 2 years after this court case, it becomes redundant.
Yeah, I guess for those of you that haven't heard this, and I assume people try and keep up with the news a little bit, the gist of the story is that ZeniMax employees were working on like a VR thing, and they were poached by Oculus? Or is it Vive?
No, it was Oculus, yeah. And
they were poached by Oculus. And they went to work for Oculus and Facebook, and ZeniMax say that they infringe on their sort of trade secrets because John Carmack went and took his ideas with him, which he wasn't allowed to do. So I kind of get ZeniMax's point.
Oh yeah, it's all in their favour. I don't really dispute what they're saying.
Yeah, but again, it just kind of feels like another nail in VR's coffin, doesn't it? I mean, sure, people are saying that. I mean, even Sony have come out and said that the PSVR is more popular than they expected it to be.
Yeah, well, it's sold 915,000 units worldwide, which is
nuts.
Crazy. That's just really good.
Ridiculous amounts. But the price point was right. You didn't need a £1,000 PC. To anyone that had bought a launch day PS4 could play with it. And it's VR experience in the home. It might not be the best VR experience, but if you want the best VR experience, you need to pay 3 times the price. So
yeah, I mean,
from there,
I've had time with the PlayStation VR, and it's actually my favourite one. I mean, I haven't actually tried the Vive. I'd like to try that. But I liked the Oculus. The Oculus was really good, but I just felt more comfortable with the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nuts. But then at the same kind of at the same time, people were sort of championing. People were saying, "Oh yeah, the Kinect, it's the best kind of motion sensor body thing you can get. It's really accurate. It does all these kind of things, but the support wasn't really there. And I guess there's only been sort of like a handful of first-party PSVR titles, and Resident Evil 7. Until the big games start coming out with like full VR integration, I still don't see it taking off. And I don't know. Maybe we're a couple of generations away from that. But no, it's certainly not something
most likely.
get invested in.
It is probably a little while off before it gets, full steam mainstream attraction. But I don't know if I'll actually bother with it or not. It's cool. It's just a lot of money to have play with something for a little while and then not play again. It's just a lot of money to put down, isn't it? I think if I was going to buy one, I'd probably go with the PlayStation VR.
I think I would, but simply because I find games are like a social aspect. And if you have like a VR headset, you have the PSVR on, you still have a pass through to the TV so people can see what you're doing and be involved as well. Yeah. So that I really like. But no, so far not for me.
Do you think you would try the mobile one first?
No, that would be worse, I think. I know someone who bought a cardboard, like one of those Google Cardboard headsets. And I tried it for a bit, but it was one of those. It was like, oh yeah, look at this. It's I forget what it was, but it was one of these things you kind of look around a scene. And I was like, oh yeah, it looks really good. Here you go, have it back. Maybe, I guess the price for that is right because it uses basically. I mean, my phone's not very good anyway, so I'd need to invest in a better phone, and then a headset.
Most of these mobile ones seem to be around about 40-50 quid for a headset.
Yeah,
which isn't bad.
But no, I don't see that much. If I could, well, I guess the way around that would be to use the mobile to stream a console game in VR, but then console games aren't in VR, so yeah, I still don't think it's a thing.
I've contemplated buying one of those mobile ones just to check out videos in VR and stuff that you can, on YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean that might be quite a good aspect, but I don't see me getting that into it. I guess the thing would be if they had kind of like full blown kind of 3DS games and they kind of managed to upscale them into 3D like VR. Just made them more 3D. They don't have to be VR. It doesn't have to have motion tracking.
It's definitely some tech I'm very interested in. It's just I really want to wait for it to come down in price first.
Oh yeah, it's interesting tech, but I still don't think it's there yet. And I guess that I've got to talk about Horizon. So what have we done? Horizon, of course I've played Horizon. It's amazing. Really, 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 really enjoy it. Really, really, really enjoy it.
It just looks so damn good.
It's really good. It's really pretty. It's really, I mean, the first like hour or so is kind of like setting up the story, which you expect. And after that, it's kind of like, here's this open world. I mean, at first you're sort of in like some hunting grounds around a few villages, so it's not there's not really any like major dangers out there, but just little things like going around and hunting and picking. There's herbs everywhere, so you're forever running, picking something up, running, picking something else up, running, picking something else up.
Yes, that's just like The Witcher for me.
Yeah, but The Witcher, I found I picked up a lot of herbs and flowers and things and never used them, but there's actually uses for them in this game. The other thing that I'd say, the combat I've not really got into that much because I've only fought sort of like really low level creatures that tend to die. I mean, the main enemies that are watchers, they're the ones that sort of spot you and send off an alarm. You can kill them in one shot if you hit them square in the eye. And that tends to be the way I do it because there's also a perk that lets you slow down time when you draw your bow. So that's fairly easy. And you need to invest. Basically, the first skill you need to invest in is a skill called Silent Kill. So as they walk past you, you just sort of jump out of a bush, kill them, and that's it. It's basically the only way I've killed anything so far. But there's lots of really clever touches. So you find this. It's called a focus. It's like a little kind of interface chip thing. And you wear it on your temple, and you can sort of scan the environment and see things. But if you scan one of these robots and press a button, you can see what path they take, so where they're going to walk. So you can say, right, they're going to go that way, I can sneak off round this way, or I'm going to stand in this bush and wait for it to walk past me and then kill it in one shot. So that's really clever, but I've only played sort of about 3 hours of it so far. And from what I've played, I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really pretty. It would look so much better on a PS4 Pro and a 4K screen, so I kind of envy you for that. And it's a really fun game. I mean, I know a lot of people so far have said, "Oh, I don't see what all the fuss is about. It's not that good." But I mean, I've only played it for a couple of hours, and from what I've played, I've really enjoyed.
You see, I know when I get to play it, I'll be the first time I see these robot dinosaur things. The thing that's just going to play in my head is the Jurassic Park music.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I sort of crest a hill and see them all kind of grazing in a field below, and you just So yeah,
Definitely.
that's kind of basically all I've done this week, to be honest.
Nothing else?
Not particularly. Played some more Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was okay. Well, the Rise of the Tomb Raider is actually really good. But no, I've not. I mean, that's been the one big game for me this week.
See, I haven't done too much either, really. I'm progressing through Daredevil Season 2 on Netflix, which is fucking awesome.
Still need to watch it. I finished Daredevil Series 1, loved it, loved every minute of it.
Well, this is all about the Punisher, so it's fucking awesome. And
yeah,
it's really fucking violent as well.
Yeah, I need to start it. But then it's one of those things like, I was going to say, do I start it now or wait for it to finish before starting it? But it's already there.
It's all there, yeah.
So, yeah, I think I will start it soon. But not right
watching now. Walking Dead as well once a week. This week's episode was really, really interesting. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's
spoilers.
That was really good. I'm just going through my Steam list and just playing small games until Mass Effect comes out. So I started playing Hitman Go, which is really good.
Yeah.
Because I know it started off as a mobile game and then was ported to PC, but it's like a board game where you have like sort of like chess pieces, and you have areas that you can only go in certain areas, and you'll have guards and stuff that are moving, and you have to kind of sneak through, hide in bushes and whatnot. You can either take them out, or try and complete level without being seen. And you have to get from one side of the board to the other, and then you have pickups as well that you have to try and pick up. It's really, really good. And I say, if you see it cheap, definitely pick it up if you like puzzle games.
It's the sort of thing like that, and the other one's Tomb Raider Go, isn't it? They made one of those.
Yes, I now I've played Hitman Go. I'm very interested to see what Tomb Raider Go is like. And
I've seen them on the mobile a lot.
I think it's a perfect game for mobile.
Kind of 99p and stuff, but I've always just kind of passed it over. But now that you've given it such a glowing review, I might. I mean,
I'm not that far in. I think I'm like 15 levels in. I don't know how many levels there are, but I was really enjoying it. It's very, very good. And then I also started playing Orcs Must Die, which is so much fun. Just killing tons and tons of orcs. It's just a tower defense game.
Yeah, I think I might have it.
I have 1 and 2, and I've been meaning to play them for ages.
Yeah,
because I originally had on the 360 the first game, and I got like halfway through the game but never finished it. So somehow I don't even know when I got it on PC, but I got it on PC, so I've been going through it and really enjoying it. It's just a lot of fun just killing orcs in various different ways. Setting up the traps and stuff and just having like kill zones is really a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing with Horizon. You get sort of all these like different trap. You can make traps and use this kind of, it's called a trip caster, but you fire it at one place and then another place, and there's like a rope between the two. And I guess the one criticism I've read but not encountered yet, because I've probably not got that far into it, is that the whole game is kind of designed for this stealthy, you're setting up traps and killing enemies that are stupid enough to walk into them, but you'll tend to like crest a hill and the enemies will be directly on the opposite side and see you straight away, and then you just get into this big fist fight, which you can also gear towards. So it's not the end of things, but it's certainly it kind of makes you think that it could have been done a different way. But no, so far really good game. I wholeheartedly recommend it.
Yeah, I recommend Hitman Go and Orcs Must Die as well,
because they're probably only about 99p each.
Yeah, probably.
So it's something to do while we wait for Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing at the moment. It's just kind of biding my time. So I really wanted to get Ryzen, but I'm gonna leave that to be a summer game or something. Well, at least until I've finished Mass Effect and then get it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Mass Effect, but I've not read an awful lot about it. I've not seen an awful lot about it. I just want it to be a fresh thing.
Basically, I'm really happy that South Park has been delayed a year, because I've got so many other games to play.
It's not been delayed a year, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know why it's delayed so long. It's obviously really behind, or they've decided that they want to add something really significant to it.
There's probably whole chapters in it about Hillary Clinton being president, which they've got to redo. Or maybe now they've just been like, this is too good an opportunity to pass up. We have to redo this. So
yeah, did Donald Trump and.
I really hope it's not a year. I really hope it comes out soon.
Well, it might be like November or something for Christmas. They might be able to get it done for then. But yeah, it said 2018.
Ah, dicks. My Amazon pre-order, it's going to be the longest Amazon pre-order I've ever had.
Well, I had that on pre-order like September last year or something.
Yeah, when it was announced at E3.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's kind of everything I've got to say, and we are at the hour, or just about at an hour. So we've still managed to make an hour out of this one.
There's one thing I think we should talk just before we leave, which I was reading just before we started recording. Is this Switch is doing friend codes again.
Yeah.
What the hell are they doing?
Meme. I hope the friend code is like 6 digits.
12.
Because they're massive. Just unwieldy.
From what I remember last time, for this, you had to have your friend's 12-digit number and then your 12-digit number, and you both had to enter them together, and then you'd be friends or something like that. It was just a ridiculous system. But
I mean, online is not something that Nintendo can do well.
No.
So far, it's not something they can do. But from now on, purchases are linked to your account and not your console.
That's good news.
Yeah, that's basically the only thing that was that they've done right. So yeah, I just want to hear what the console's like. So you'll have to let me know tomorrow.
I will do, yeah.
Right, and with that, I think we should say goodbye.
Yes, see you next week.
See you next week. And if you've not watched it, watch the video. Watch the video about the board game.
Of course,
the board game video is amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'll throw up another poster or something. I'm not trying to downplay the posters. I think the posters are great, but yeah, there will be a poster at some point.
Cool. Bye.
Bye. Bye.